you want to know what you're doing tonight? Oh, we're ready to go anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, I've redone the Cadence one that we've done for the last 3 years. I've redone it, so we've got a new version of the Cadence one. So I've cut the crap out of it. So it's relatively hard, but it's high cadence. So you'll be building up cadences, coming down cadences. It's just to get your neuromuscular sorted out and to get your technique at riding at higher cadences sorted out before we hit some of the other stuff. So if you're not feeling it, you can just spin it out and go through the cadences. If you want to make it harder, just put the gears on. The idea is you don't bounce in the seat, basically. And you need enough gears so you don't bounce in the seat. You'll love it, he says. Right then, are you ready?
Yeah.
2, 1, go. What we got here? Right then, so we are. That's not off to a good start. It thinks we're doing 4 minutes warm up. We'll go with that. Right, just turn your legs over. Nice and light. So just use this first minute or so just to get your legs turning over. Make sure all your joints are nicely loosened up. Hi, Anna. Think about your smooth pedaling, your circular pedaling. I'll stop calling it box pedaling because you shouldn't really, because pedaling in squares is a bad thing, but box pedaling is the other name for circular pedaling. So all the stuff we did the last 2 weeks, don't forget about that. You will need it tonight. So just nicely keep it ticking over. So in about 10 seconds, we're just going to bring the cadence up, bring it up to about 85 to 90. Add a couple of gears on just so you're tapping over at just a bit above zone 2. So kind of 50 to 60% of your FTP, if you know what that is. Right, stick them gears on. Sorry, we overshot slightly there. Right, 10 seconds, you're going to bring it up to 90 RPM. Maybe stick another gear on if you want. 2, 1. That's it, right, stick another gear on. Bring your cadence up to 90. So you should be working a bit harder now. Probably up to about RPE 5. So your kind of tempo. Bit above zone 2, but not much. Right, so in 30 seconds, we're going to do the first of our primers. So target is 100 RPM, about RPE 8. So you're just over FTP, about 110% of your FTP. So RPE 8 is you're working hard. 3, 2, 1. Right, off we go. Stick some gears on up to 100. We're here for 30 seconds. Make sure you're not bouncing around. Use your circular pedaling. 3, 2, 1. And ease off. Take your gears off. Just recover for 30 seconds. Back to your recovery gears. About 80 RPM. We're going to go again in 10, but this time we're going for 105. 2, 1. Stick the gears on. Bring your cadence up. Still RPE 8. Just a bit faster cadence. I'm on 105 if you're watching my feet. You're on the fetish foot cam. Three, 2, 1, and ease off again. Back onto your recovery gears. Drop your cadence down to 80. Remember these high cadence ones. Let the turbo slow you down before you take the gears off. A little bit faster, let me get down to 80. Right, 10 seconds, we're going again for the last one. 110 this time. Do the best you can. 2, 1, off we go. I'm on 110 if you're watching my feet.
So
10 seconds. And ease off. Drop your cadence down, back down to 80. 30 seconds recover at 80. And then we'll just bring it up a little notch. What we talk about, what we're going to do tonight. All right, just bring your cadence back up to 85 now. We're just going to spin out for 2 minutes while we get ready. Right then, so this next set, you're going to do everything at about 90% of your FTP, if you know your FTP. If not, you're at RPE 7. So RPE 7 is working hard enough that you could sustain it for about half an hour, but it's going to be enough to get you out of breath and get to the point where you're going to have to pause in a sentence. So heart rate, probably zone 3, top of zone 3, maybe going into early zone 4, depending on how fit you are, where your heart rate's set. If you want to make it harder, that's entirely up to you. The only rule is you've got to be able to make the cadences. So if you've got it so hard you can't make the cadences, knock a gear off. The only other rule you've got is if you start bouncing in the saddle uncontrollably, right, you need to start using your circular pedaling. Your circular pedaling will suck you down onto the seat. That's a good tip if you're out on the road and you're overspinning and you don't want to change gear. Start bringing your hamstrings in, it'll pull you down onto the saddle. Other than that, put a gear on to make it harder, because that will have the same effect, but you're still going to hit that cadence. Do the best you can. Some people won't be able to hit these cadences. The cadences are going to get progressively more difficult and challenging throughout the weeks, and we will be upping the power as well. So it might seem a little easy for you tonight, but it's up to you if you want to make it harder. Right, so in 10 seconds, we're going to start It's a reverse pyramid. No, it's a pyramid and then we reverse pyramid. So 2, 1, off we go. 3 minutes, 90 RPM, add 1 or 2 gears on till you hit your power target, or you feel like you're at a point where you could probably just about hold it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Right, I'm on 90. So you've got 3 minutes here. Then we're going to up the ante. We're going to go to 95, right? You shouldn't have to alter the gears unless it feels too easy or your power's dropping off. You might have to stick another gear on. And we're going to do that for 2 minutes. Then we up it to 100. We're going to do that for 1 minute. Then we're going to do 30 seconds at 105, 15 seconds at 110, and then 15 seconds maximum RPM that you can manage controlled. Again, if you need to add any gears on while you're doing this, it's up to you. You will notice as you pedal faster, it feels easier. But as we've said before in other years, the consequence of pedaling faster is your heart rate goes up. So nice and controlled. Still got about 1:30 left, about halfway through this first block, first step. Think about your pedaling. Think about your circular pedaling. So that's all the stuff we've done over the last 2 weeks. Nice drive down, nice scrape, pull up using that hamstring, kick over the top, down the other side. Make sure you're nice and relaxed as well, arms slightly bent, shoulders down. Pull your eyebrows apart, no monobrows. Roll your pelvis forward, make sure your back's flat. Visualize you pressing down through the entire plate of your shoe as well. Engage them glutes. You pedal with your glute, really. You're doing it properly. It's like running. You run with your glutes, you pedal with your glutes. "27 seconds to go, and then we up the cadence. Just check your cadence is right. You're aiming for 90. I'm hoping I put the right one on my device now. I've not sent the old one to it. 3, 2, 1. Right, pick up your cadence. Oops. So your cadence should be 95 now. I better have it. I better put the wrong one on.
Appreciate it.
Oh, no, I've sent the right one. That's all right. So if it feels too easy now because you lifted it to 95, stick another gear on. This is the set. This is the session that the t-shirt came from. The original t-shirt that Diane did. Turning over nice and smooth. 1 minute to go. Heart rate should be starting to pick up now. I'm having a little bit of burn in the legs, but shouldn't that be that much? We're at RPE 7. We will be moving up to RPE 8 over the weeks. So you'll be going to the threshold. So for a lot of you, this will be outside your comfort area. Your sweet spot will be lower down. The aim of this is to increase your sweet spot, so your most efficient pedaling is at a higher cadence. 3, 2, 1. Pick up your cadence to 100. You might need to stick another gear on. Right, I am on 100. Really track that cadence. It is a target 100, not a either way plus or minus 5. You want to get as close to. Really focus on keeping it nailed on 100. $30. Then we go up. Again, if you start to spin out, stick another gear on. Two, one, pick it up, 105. Two, one, pick it up to 110. I'm on, so watch my feet. If you haven't got a cadence meter. Last 15 seconds, all out. As fast as you can go. Nearly there, keep it going, 5 seconds. Faster, faster, faster. Might have to add more gears, 2, 1 and off. So let your turbo spin down before you take the gears off. Drop it down to 80. Right, you've got a 2-minute breather. Being generous. Use your recovery breathing, get your heart rate down. It's amazing how much you can blow your heart rate up. I'm probably doing this one gear off where I should be, just so I can talk to you. And it's killing my breathing, even at probably 10% behind you on the FTP. But it could be added a bloody stupid one this morning. I went for a run as well. So just keep it turning over nice and easy. Two minutes recovery. So remember, think about your breathing, your recovery breathing. Quickest way to get your heart rate down is the 1 to 2 breathing method. So breathe in and your breath out should be twice as long as you breathe in. So if you breathe in for a count of 2, 1, 2, and then breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Then breathe in, count to 2, 1, 2, out 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as you've got it under control, same thing, but breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Right, we're nearly ready to go again. This time we're going the top down. Right, 15 seconds, maximum effort. You're going to love this one. 3, 2, 1. Drop your cadence down to 110. 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Drop your cadence down to 105. I'm on. We're here for 30 seconds. Adjust your gears. Check your cadence. Check you nice and smooth. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going out 30 seconds on 105. I think that's right. No, sorry, 1 minute. It's moved on. That's not what it said on the screen. 1 minute, 100 RPM. Sorry, but watch is telling me one thing, the computer's telling me another. 30 seconds, keep it going. I'm bang on 100. Again, if it's too easy, stick a gear on. If you can't hold the cadence, take a gear off. I know, I never say that. I didn't have a t-shirt that said take one off. I should have put my t-shirt on. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down to 95, 2 minutes. I'm bang on 95 if you're watching my feet. Should be able to start to recover your heart rate a bit now. So you can start to use your recovery breathing. I mean, even when you're under load, your 2-to-1 breathing is always a good go-to. Or 1-to-2. Just check your cadence. Sit, check your bike position. Relax, get your shoulders down. Uncrunch them toes. .30 seconds. Then we drop into the last 3 minutes at 90. Which should be closer to where everybody's more comfortable. One, and drop it down to 90, 3 minutes. See, I'm bang on 90 now. Quick system check. Nice little flex in your ankles as you're doing your circular pedaling. Knees are tucked in. So your bones are parallel with the crossbar. Just roll your pelvis forwards. Nice flat back. Shoulders down. Elbows relaxed. Fingers relaxed on the bar. Base relaxed. We're not into pain for this, so you shouldn't be having to hide your pain face. Just give your head a wobble. Loosen off. Check your breathing. Make sure you're not panting. Heart rate should be starting to come down a bit now. So we don't do sets like this to heart rate normally because you're doing the same amount of power output, but your heart rate will go up. And that's unique to you as well, whatever your sweet spot is. My sweet spot's 95 to 97 on RPM. Keep it turning over. Think about your pedaling now. regress back into piston pedaling, using that hamstring, getting a good kick over, a good drag back. 55 minutes to go, seconds to go. Be nice and easy. Nearly there. 13 seconds. I'm still on just about 90. There we go, 90. I creeped above. 3, 2, 1. Take your gears off. Drop it down to 80. Or drop it down to 80 and take your gears off. Should find your heart rate recovers a lot quicker from that one because we were doing it backwards. That's why we do it one way then the other way. Some people prefer to come hard and come down. Some people prefer to build up to hard and then have a rest. I think I prefer the second, start off fast and then come back down. So make sure your cadence is on 80. Turning your legs over nice and easy. RPE3, so middle to lower zone 2. Just take a note how quickly your heart rate's recovering as well. That should be something you're doing regularly, whether you're running, cycling, any kind of interval training. As a fairly regular athletes, the lot of you, you should all be looking to get back down into mid zone 2 in 2 minutes, regardless of where you've been. Keep it nice and easy. Right, 45 seconds and we go again. This time, we're going to do exactly what we did the first time. So this is where it deviates from what we've done other years. Normally we'd disappear off into a power pyramid now, holding high cadence. But I think this is more beneficial for you. I went back to the original British cycling training plan I got this from. Fortunately, I had my notes that I did for British Triathlon about 8 years ago. So I knew where it came from. So I got the original workout and they do 2 of these, 2 sets of pyramids. Right, 5 seconds. We go again. We're starting at 3 minutes. 2, 1, 3 minutes at 90. So build it up quickly to 90. Don't overshoot though. Say I'm on. Make sure you have your gears on. If you found that too easy, just try it with another gear on. You might surprise yourself. It will get easier as you lift the cadences anyway. Everybody good? Good, good, good. All looking very well balanced. There's nobody rocking around. That's what I like to see. I think Rob's doing what Kath were doing last year, the naked pedaling now.
I'm a bit snotty. Didn't want to inflict it upon you all.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely something going around. I've been coughing and snotting all week as well. The HRV's taken a dive and all. That's it, keep it turned over. It should feel a lot easier now. You should be getting comfortable with these higher cadences. If you've done any of the virtual riding platforms, any of their training plans, their warm-ups are fairly similar to mine. You start off on them and you're like going, what? I'm not turning my legs. It feels awful when you're like, they're asking you to take like 95 and you're going, I can't do this. And then like 20 minutes later, you're banging out 115 without even thinking about it. So it just shows you need to warm your body up. I was on one this morning and it was only 50% FTP warm up at 90. And I was going, My legs did not want to turn over. I got done though. It was another one of those Mike Cotty ones. Going up some bloody stupid hill in Spain. But with intervals. 125% FTP for 1.5 minutes with a loaded 3-minute rest. So even the rest was like, it was about 90%. I did it though, I didn't tap out. I thought I were going to halfway through. But then coach started nagging me. Right, 15 seconds now, distracted you all with my waffle and guff. Right, 5 seconds, we're going to go up to 95. So you know the drill, get up to it quickly. If it feels too easy or it's starting to bounce, stick a gear on. I'm on 95. So watch my feet if you haven't got a cadence meter. Again, even 95 should start to feel a bit better now. I mean, most people's sweet spots, it's somewhere between 85 and 95. But if you're not specifically trained to get your cadence higher, it'll generally be below 90 that you feel most comfortable and efficient. I'll wait till the break and I'll tell you about why the benefits of being able to raise your efficient cadence. Right, 1 minute here still. Before we go up, quick system check. Make sure you're sitting properly, you're still nice and relaxed, give your head a wobble. Come on, wobble them heads. Soft elbows. Play piano on your handlebars as well, just release that tension in your hands. Should always be doing that when you're riding along anyway. Keep them knees tucked in. You don't need fat lad at the back knees going on. "20 seconds. Check the cadence. And bang on. One, and increase the cadence. So bring it up to 100 for 1 minute. I've just worked out what's going on. My phone's telling me what we've just done. My watch is telling me what the computer's telling me what we're going to do. It's very confusing. I'm a bloke. I'm expected to breathe as well while processing lots of information. It's not going to happen. So make sure you bang on 100. I'm on 100, so watch my feet. 20 seconds to go. Then it all starts to go a bit leery. Keep it nice and smooth, 10 seconds. We start getting into the higher cadences. 3, 2, 1. Right, up it to 105. I'm on. Keep it smooth. Remember, if you start to lose control, losing form, stick a gear on. Or start making sure you're pulling that hamstring up to pull you onto the saddle. Three, 2, 1, 110. Up, up, up. Get up quick. We're not long here. Don't want to be dilly-dallying. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds maximum. Give it a beat. See if you can go faster than last time. Don't bounce though. 2, 1, and ease up. 2 minutes recovery. Let your turbo spin down, then take your gears off. Oh, get a quick breather. Get a drink. Couple of deep breaths just to clean your lungs out. No panting, no. And then drop into your 1 to 2 breathing. Get everything back under control. If you do your controlled breathing at the same time, visualize your heart rate coming down, it will come down quicker. Somebody told me that years and years and years ago before I even got into all this. And I used to try it on the running machines. The fitness first. And it was like I was trying to do some Uri Geller thing, staring at the screen, willing my heart rate to go down. It does work. You're all looking at me going out now.
It's working.
No, it does really does work. Right, so benefits of high cadence. So one of the benefits of high cadence is you can adapt to changing territory a lot quicker. So Chris Froome, when he was setting some of his records, when he was climbing the outdoors or whatever it was, he did the stupid one. He was averaging 115 whilst climbing some of the hardest climbs on the Tour de France. And they didn't have easy gears then like they've got now. They're all riding classic. So that just shows how much power they can turn out, but they can hold the cadence as well. Right, we're off again. Pick it up, maximum RPM. Distracted myself with that one. Keep it going, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Right, bring it down to 110. Might take a while for it to catch up. I might stick another gear on to help suck it down. That's what I've just done. Nearly done with that one. 2, 1, 105. Three, 2, 1. Drop it down again to 100 for 1 minute. Keep it turning over. Make sure you bang on 100. Check your cadence. I find it easier to hold these cadences now, especially these lower ones. Three, 2, 1. Drop your cadence down to 95 here for 2 minutes. Quick system check. Where should we start? Should we start from the top down this time? Head nice and relaxed. Shoulders down. Elbows slightly bent. Fingers loose on the bars. Pelvis rolled over, back flat. Knees tucked in. Nice flex going on with your ankles. visualize you pressing through the whole plate of your shoe, especially if you've got carbon plates on. Again, that's an old one. They used to tell me when I was a club cyclist, when I was about 14 years old. They still bang on about that now. That's why we have solid plates in the bottom of our shoes. Don't be tempted to start crunching your feet up and trying to pedal with just the front of your foot. Curl your feet, your talons around the peg like you're holding onto a perch. 25 seconds to go. Nice and relaxed. Should be starting to recover now. You can tell I am because I'm talking more bollocks now. 10 seconds, and we drop it down for the last 3 minutes. Three, and drop it down. So drop it down to 90 now. So over the next few weeks, we're going to up the cadence in 1 week, and we're going to up the power in 1 week. So you're expected to do the same thing again, but with another gear on, or you're going to do it to the same power output, but you're going to pedal faster. Both have the same effect. It's a bit of a weird one, this one, because it's neuromuscular and it's a VO max one, which you don't normally get that combination. Normally when you're doing neuromuscular, it's normally AC, your anaerobic capacity. So it's very intensive short bursts at high RPM, like unders and overs and things like that. But because we're holding these for longer distances, you get a bit of VO max as well. So that's all good for your FTP. One minute 30 to go. So that's another benefit of this. When you're doing your FTP tests, if you're unfortunate to have a power meter and need to do them, it is a lot easier to do your FTP at a higher cadence because you're less likely to blow your legs out the higher cadence you are. You are not likely to blow your heart rate up in 20 minutes, but you are likely to blow your legs. And even if you do start to physically, you can't keep the cadence high, then you have to drop down. You can resort to the lower cadences to drag you over the finishing line then. So I've gone a little bit too fast. Sneaked up to 95 again, because that's where I'd rather be riding. 90, that's in back on, sorry about that. If you were following my legs. 33 seconds to go. And then we're done. So a couple of pedal drills and a cool down. That wasn't too bad. So it's a good set this for everybody, because you've got the people that maybe aren't as strong. They can still look to improve the cadence. You've got the people who already got reasonably good cadence can push an extra few gears and see if they can do the higher cadences at higher power. Right, 2, 1, drop it down. So we're into the final recovery now. I've just noticed the timings on the watch for the recovery are wrong, so we'll ignore them. So we'll just spend a minute or so here. Keep it turning over. Recover from your cadence sets. Then we'll stick a gear back on. And we'll start a normal glide down, and then maybe a couple of pedal drills. Just to remind you what we did last week. Everybody good? Everybody get to cadences they didn't think they could get to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, once you start getting over 120, you've got to start putting gears on. You've got to start using your hamstrings to stay in control. But there's no reason why you can't churn out 160 if you've got the right conditioning. Right then, stick another gear on. Just bring it up to 90. Turn it over. Just find a last little effort just to force the fresh blood in to flush your legs out. To be honest, you've not been pushing massive, so you shouldn't be that much build-up of lactic acid. It's one of the benefits of running higher cadence as well, is you get less build-up. Downside is you run your heart rate higher. Until you get used to it, once you get used to it, your heart rate will start to come down again. So over the next few weeks, what you'll probably notice is you're doing more work at higher cadence, but your heart rate's not coming up like it did before. All right, just drop your cadence down to 95, but leave that 85, but leave that gear on. So you'll notice because you've left the gear on, that feels like a bit more of an ask. Or you will notice that your heart rate will come down a bit now. Don't forget, the ultimate measure of how fit you are is how quickly your heart rate adapts. That's what your HRV is. But it's also why you should never stop your watch when you're doing run sessions or bike sessions in between the reps. You and your coach need that information. You know, you should be looking at your most important stat on there is how quickly you recovered, not how fast you ran. Another 10 seconds and we'll knock a gear off. 2, 1, right, take that gear off, but just hold that cadence, about 85. We'll just spin it out. So we're kind of back where we were for recovery now. Two, one. Right then. Pedal just focusing on your left leg. Your right leg's the passenger. Think about your quadrants. I've not made people on clips. I don't know who's got clips and who hasn't. So you just focus on that left leg. Make sure you're doing the pull up, the drive down, the scrape, the kick over. It's nice and even. Right. Spin it out again. Both legs. Turn it over. Keep your cadence, whatever suits you. It's up to you with this one. If you want to drop your gears down, you can do. You've done all the hard work now. Just doing a bit of leg conditioning at the end. 10 seconds, and then we're going to the right leg. Just out of interest, has everybody got clips, or is anybody riding in trainers?
Clips. Clips.
Clips. Give me a thumbs up if you clips. Anna's not answering. I think she's on trainers. Yeah. Right, we'll stick to this then. Right then. Five seconds, we'll go again, this time on the right side. 3, 2, 1, just focus on your right side. Left leg's just a passenger, it's not doing anything. It's starting to bang or clunk. The bike, not your legs. Mine bang and clunk, but we'll not go into that. Just stick another gear on. 15 seconds, keep it going. and spin it out again. Nice and easy. Last 30 seconds, you can drop another gear off if you want now. Start to wind your cadences down. Bit slower. Bit slower. Bit slower. 2, 3, 2, 1, and off. That's it, just bring your feet to a halt. We've been pushing some high cadences, so we're just going to unlock your neuromuscular a bit. You're just going to pedal backwards as smoothly as you can manage. So take note what's happening. If you feel it's not smooth and there's a little jerk, particularly as you come in, not me, a little jerk on your legs as your feet are going over. I know, I'm here all night. You have to keep up. Just as your legs are going over the top, you might get a little bit of unevenness. Try and get that out of it. All right, it's all part of your muscle conditioning. All right, because if you're doing it there, it's more than likely you've actually got a similar effect going the other way as well. You just haven't noticed it. Right, and bring them to a halt. Left leg at the bottom. Just come up onto your left leg only. Make sure your bum's directly above your pedal, but you're not on the saddle. You just feel the sort of the nose behind you. Drop that heel down gently. Any runners here that got tight Achilles, just be careful if it feels crunchy. I know I say it every week, but I bulged my Achilles a few years back, and it takes like 2 years to recover, so it's not worth wrecking it. But if you have done it, this is actually a good stretch. Just be very, very careful. Right, just ease out of it and then go back in. You might find you go a little bit deeper now. Nice and relaxed. Use your breathing. And come out, change legs, other side. Again, ease into it. So, Anna, be careful if you haven't got clips on, you don't slide your foot out the pedal, because it hurts. And just ease out again, and then back in. Ooh, knees just popped. And come out. Right, out of your clips, take your shoes off. Don't stand in the puddle. I know I say that every week, but that's just to remind me not to do it, because that's the thing. Even though I'm tossing it off and I'm not doing the full effort, I've still got a flipping lake underneath me. Right, you know the drill. We'll do the standard one. So just make sure you're holding on to something, your bike, or if you're lucky enough to have a wall, hold on to that. Knee in. Let's get it so over you can see what I'm doing. Make sure that knee's together. This, I say it every week, but I still see people doing that, cool downs. That doesn't do anything, right? The knee has got to be alongside and pinned to the other knee. Get yourself nice and upright. As soon as you get upright, your hips facing forwards, you should feel it down the front of your quad. Right? If you want to get more of a stretch, just push your bum forwards. Keep nice and upright. As Adrienne says, head above the heart above the hips. Just push. Yeah, my quads are really tight after that set this morning. And release, other leg. Same thing again, set it up. Get your knees locked side by side. Shove that pelvis forwards. Just hold that there a minute while I move the camera, because we're going to do something different.
Hold that there a minute.
Yeah, a minute, you'll be fine. Right, nice long stretch forwards now. So that camera's not brilliant, is it? So it's a runner's lunge, I think they call it. Yeah, runner's lunge. So you've got a nice long gait, nice and upright, pelvis facing forwards. And then, providing it's safe to do so, just drop that back knee down to the floor. Release your back foot, so your laces or your top of your foot on the floor. And then all I want you to do is just push forward, so you feel it all the way down the front of your hip flexor. You should do it more often, right? Cyclists have got really bad hip flexors. So if you're a triathlete and you're running as well, you use your hip flexors to pick your leg up. Right? Cyclists get really lazy, especially if you're piston pedaling, they don't use that hip flexor. So you need to stretch it. You also need to work it as well. And that's why you come to core on a Monday. So just push that forwards. So if you want to get more of a stretch, if you're doing this for homework, you can do the gecko, which is where you put your hands on the floor and you get your body low and you really try and get down. And somebody who's a lot more flexible than me might be able to get their elbows on the floor as well. It really opens up your hips and your hip flexors. Back up. Right, we'll quickly do the hamstring. So stay in that position, just rock back onto that heel at the front so your leg's straight and you're isolating your hamstring. Right, that's called a half monkey for some reason. So just feel that stretch down the back of your hamstring. If you want to grab your toes, you can do, it's not mandatory. Would have thought you'd be doing yoga. Right, change legs. I'm not going to make you get up and do all the flipping swan dive down. So start off in your runner's lunge again, just to push that back foot down. Start to drop your hips, so you start to build up that stretch. And now we're going to take the knee to the floor, laces up to the flat to the floor, and then drive forwards. Try and keep that knee above the ankle. If you feel you want to get more stretch, just slide your foot a bit further forwards, push down. Again, if you're not feeling that, you want a bit more, put your hands on the floor, up to the outside of your hands, and just drop your body down. You get a bit more of a hip opener as well then. Don't forget, use your breathing. And then roll back off that heel, just to extend that hamstring, stretch out, you can reach down. So if you haven't already done so, check out the recordings for the core on Monday. Even if you just do the stretches at the end, because there's a lot more intensive stretching at the core sessions. But as cyclists in the winter and runners in the winter, you should be looking at your strength and conditioning as well. So the videos are there, use them. I think you only need a band for this one, so if you're stealing Mrs.'s steady band or something, or if you've got one from physio at some point, you can use dumbbells. Just release, back up on your feet. Just rotate your shoulders over. I've cut my head off now. Oh. You asked to change it. Back the other way. Shake your arms off, just one arm up, down the back. Just lean over, just stretch that lat out, your tricep out. If you've been running with your soft elbows, you will put some work onto the triceps, so it doesn't hurt to stretch them out. On the other side. That's it, back to the centre. Shake your arms off, shake your legs off. Well done.
Cheers, coach.
Thank you, Mark.
And I'll see you next week. We'll up it next week. I can't remember what I upped. I suspect I probably upped the cadence. But we'll see. I'll have to have a look.
And the pain.
Well done, everybody.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.